Hello, so in today's video I have a book haul. I've been visiting my local charity shops, doing some book thrifting, and I've been doing this over the past couple weeks. So I have some books from I think 2 different shops, and it's been a while actually since I got these books, so I can't 100% remember everything that I got. But yeah, I got a mixture of different books from what I remember, and I got some DVDs as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I got. I'm just gonna pull them out randomly from the bags. So the first one I have, it's a Douglas Adams book, and I believe this was from Oxfam. I picked this up for £2.49, and it's the Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency, and I really like Douglas Adams' writing. I picked up the copies of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy from the same thrift shop actually a while back, and I've been slowly reading through them and really enjoying it. And Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency was actually made into a Netflix series, and they have 2 seasons up on Netflix, and I really enjoyed it. It's really it's just really weird. I really liked the sense of humour. It's basically this guy, Dirk Gently, who's a detective, and he just kind of does detective work in a very unconventional way. He just kind of goes along and like puts random clues together, and it's just really funny and very chaotic, and I'm hoping the book is going to be the same. So yeah, I picked this up, and I highly recommend watching the TV series as well if you're into that kind of humour, the same humour as like as the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Next we have Scary Monsters and Super Creeps, and it's by Don Jolly, and I picked this up for £3. Yeah, it sounded really interesting. It's basically about this guy who is travelling around, and he is investigating like myths and monsters. So like he's travelling to all these different countries, and yeah, it's just about him going around the world on a journey investigating these monsters. And it says ever since he was a kid, ever since he was 9, he got a book about creatures, you know, and cryptids around the world, and he became really interested in everything to do with that and local monster sightings. So yeah, he ends up travelling around. He goes to California to investigate or hunt for the Sasquatch. He visits Canada looking for a 15-foot snake-like creature. Yeah, I think he ends up going to Scotland to investigate the Loch Ness Monster, and it's just about the different places that he visits, and obviously he meets up with the local people, hears the different stories. I think it's kind of like a written like biographical, just like in search of the world's most hideous beasts. So yeah, I just thought it sounded really interesting. Will he find any of the monsters? We'll find out. So yeah, I think it's about, he goes to Nepal looking for the Yeti. And yeah, it just sounds really interesting. I'm interested to read about his travels, and he talks about the people that he meets along the way. So yeah, I thought it sounded really good. The next one I picked up is a romance. Like I said, this is a whole complete mishmash of like different genres and different books and stuff. And it's called Celebration. It's by Rosie Thomas, and it's just one of those like old-fashioned romance novels. Yeah, for her, the time of loving was just beginning. For him, it had ended forever. This was £1. It's romantic fiction, and yeah, Annabelle was an independent girl, proud of it. Good at her job and successful in a man's world. She enjoyed her life, but avoided any love affairs, especially with a man with the reputation like the Baron. And then suddenly there are 2 men in her life, both difficult, both demanding, and both deadly enemies. So it's going to be like, who's she going to choose? Bit of a love triangle kind of a thing. So yeah, I'll pick that up. I then have another romance, and this is by Daniela Steele. I've seen a lot of this author's books about, and yeah, I decided to pick one up. I believe this was in this section where it was like 3 books for £1, or like buy 2, no, it was buy 2 get 1 free, and this was in that section. And yeah, I got No Greater Love, and it's set on the Titanic, so it's like a Titanic romance story. Obviously being set on the Titanic, there's going to be some tragedy in there as well, but yes, in one fatal unforgettable night, Edwina instantly becomes a woman mourning the loss of a man she loved. So yeah, it's going to be like a tragic love story set around the Titanic. I then picked up a horror novel by Graham Masterton, and this is Walkers. I really like Graham Masterton's books. His horror is really weird, and I found him through the Abominable Book Club box, and then I started seeing his books popping up in my local Oxfam bookshop, which is like a second-hand bookshop, and yeah, I've been able to find quite a lot of his works in there, which I'm really pleased about. I always pick them up whenever I see them. But yeah, this is Walkers. So it says, didn't take long for Jack to decide to convert a huge Gothic building in the woods into an idyllic upmarket country club. So anything to do with creepy houses, you know, I love that. It says, but behind the ornately carved walls of the oaks lurks the past. There is something terrifying. 60 years ago, the house was an asylum, home to crazy psychopaths to whom disappeared one night, never to be seen again. So yes, so they're going to be trapped somewhere in this house. Is it going to be a little bit paranormal? Is it going to be like a monster thing? You never really know with Graham Masterton. So really happy I picked that one up. And I think I got that one for, how much was this one? Hasn't got a ticket in. It would have been like £1 or £2. I then found Babysitter's Club, Little Sister, Karen's Big Joke. So it's about a girl who's playing pranks on her family and her friends. And yeah, I've seen these about online. Whenever you type in like 90s kind of books and reads, these pop up. I don't ever remember reading these when I was a kid, so I thought, do you know what, I'm going to pick up a couple and try it out. It was £1.50, so why not? I then picked up House of Beauty by Melba Escobar, and I can't remember what this one's about. It says, House of Beauty is a high-end salon, and Karen is one of their best beauticians. One rainy afternoon, a teenage girl turns up. Oh yes, I remember what this is about. A teenage girl turns up for treatment dressed in a school uniform and smelling of alcohol. The very next day, the girl is found dead. So yeah, the police come and question her. I think the mother of the girl who is found dead comes to question Karen, and then she somehow ends up involved in the case. She wants to know what happens to this girl. She's the last person to see the girl alive. So yeah, I think this is going to be quite dramatic and interesting. Another romance I picked up, this is 99p. I had to pick it up because of the cover. It's so like those cheesy like 80s romantic covers. Like I saw that and I was like, I have to get that. It's Midsummer's Night's Desire by Catherine Kramer, and yeah, I was like, I'm gonna give it a go, why not? It says, banished from Queen Elizabeth's court for a murder he didn't commit, Nicholas was thrust into a dangerous, deceptive world of the London theatre. The shimmering illusions defy his senses, and false identities are commonplace. Betrayal. Betrayed by the golden beauty he had pursued, Nicholas vows he would trust no woman until a lovely young Alexandra Thatcher saves his life. So yeah, this is going to be a bit of drama, a bit of romance. I thought, you know what, 99p, I'm going to give it a go. I then got this one. Is this the last? Oh no, these two, sorry. These two, which were kind of like in this box together. And again, I've never seen this series before. It's called Sweet Dreams. And I got Campfire Nights and Love by the Book. And again, they're like teen romances, I think. Yeah, kind of like, you know how you get like the Point Horror series, which is like a selection of different horror authors. This series seems to be like a, oh, it says up here YA romance. Oh, I've gone blurry. It's a YA romance series, and yeah, I just thought I would give it a go. Like I said, they were cheap. They were like 99p each. So yeah, one involves like a summer camp. Jill Summer is a junior counsellor at a camp, and yeah, she has a romance there. And then the other one is surrounding a bookstore. So this teenage girl has to help her parents save a bookstore, and yeah, there's a romance in there too. So thought, why not? So that's from the first load of shopping I did, and then the second load is a mixture of books, and then I have some horror DVDs. And yeah, let's see what I picked up. So again, I picked up another Babysitter's Club, and yeah, in the series, like I said, I never read any of the Babysitter's Clubs, and I've seen them about, and when I saw them in my local charity shop, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna grab this and see what they are about. It's just like YA teen drama kind of books. I then have Milk, 2 sugars and a spoonful of murder. I don't actually remember what this one was about. It was £1.50. Every Thursday, retired school teachers Liz, Thelma and Pat meet for coffee and cake in their local garden centre, which is where they bump into an ex-colleague, Topsy. 1 week later, Topsy is dead. They know there's more to Topsy's death than meets the eye. So yeah, can they figure out who murdered her? So it's a murder mystery. Excited for that. I love murder mysteries. I then bought Lark by Anthony. Oh, did I say this one was by? It's by J.M. Hall. And I then bought Lark by Anthony McGowan, and it's heartwarming and heartbreaking. It's the winner of the what does that say? It's like won some award at the top there. I can't quite read it because it's in that shiny font. But yeah, I got Lark, and it says here, things are getting tense home for Nikki and Kenny as they await for a visit from their estranged mum. To escape, they go for a walk on the moors, taking their Jack Russell Terrier with them. But what should have been a laugh, a lark, turns deadly when the weather changes and they are caught in a blizzard. Nothing will ever quite be the same again. So yeah, like a kind of stranded out in the wilderness kind of vibes. I thought it sounded interesting. Oh, I then have another Douglas Adams book here, Mostly Harmless, and I believe this is in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series. Obviously there's the first one, the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and then there's like, I can't remember what the other one's called. It's like a restaurant at the end of the world or something. And yeah, Mostly Harmless, this is another one in the series, so I picked that up. Oh, this is part 5 in this series. I don't know how many there actually are in this series. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, this is part 5. I wonder if it says at the front. Ah, yes, it's the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, The Restaurant at the End of the Universe. That's the other one I got. Life and the Universe and Everything. So Long and Thanks for All the Fish. So yeah, this is another one in that series. I then got Vampire Twins, the trilogy, a good old vampire novel, and this is 3 books in one. So we have Bloodlines, Bloodlust and Blood Choice by Janice Harrell, and it's by Nightmares. So yes, and oh, it's an Australian publication. A sister and a brother torn apart by an unthinkable secret. that is their destiny. So yeah, it involves vampires obviously. The first book, a serial killer is lusting for blood, a father who is missing, a mother who dies. Paul and Aaron, one chance to survive. Their one chance to survive is to stay together. And then the second one, Bloodlust, seduced by a beautiful vampire, Paul plunges into his father's legacy. Will this new power destroy his relationship with Ari? Blood choice, horrific to her true nature, Ari struggles to resist her thirst for blood. Paul commits terrible crimes. Will she be his final victim? So yeah, I think it's kind of like romance, horror, vampires, but it sounded interesting, so I picked it up. Is that all of the books? Oh no, I can see one more hanging out in there, and then I think we'll be on to the DVDs, which again, I can't remember what I got. I literally got these, I went on this haul like I think it's almost like 4 weeks ago now, but I've just been so busy with life I haven't got round to filming this video, but I knew there were books in here that I really want to read, so now that I've done this haul I can finally read them, which I'm excited about. But yeah, like I said, life happens, things get in the way, and yeah, busy schedules. So yes, I picked up another of the Babysitters Club, so I think I had 4 of these in total, 3, 4. And yeah, so it's another one of the Babysitters Club. It's Christie's Mystery Admirer. So Mystery Admirer. And now we are on to the DVDs. So I can't really remember what I bought, but let's see. Oh, King Arthur Director's Cut. I have a thing for the King Arthur legend. Yeah, I really like the Legends of King Arthur, and I remember enjoying this film. It's been a really long time since I've seen it. Can't remember when this actually came out, but yeah, I'm sure I was like a teenager when this came out. But yeah, I'm really excited to re-watch it. It was only £1, so I thought, why not? I then picked up Treehouse, which I haven't heard of. Has anybody heard of this horror film? It was £1. And yeah, it was about, I think, a boy and a girl. When a young girl and her brother are the last to go missing without a trace, their hometown imposes a curfew. No one is allowed to go out after dark. Then there's a group of teenagers who break the rules, and there's a secret double date in the woods. They unwittingly stumble across an old isolated treehouse right in the middle of an unimaginable nightmare. Inside they find the missing girl and her brother that had vanished. Together they start to unravel the horror behind the killings. So yeah, it's some like horrific something happening in the woods, some creepy things happening in the trees. So yeah, it's only 15, but yeah, I haven't heard of this one, so let me know if you have. I then got Halloween 2. I'm trying to collect the DVD versions of all of these. I miss like having I used to have a massive DVD collection, and then I kind of decluttered everything, and I just have those like CD, you know, like CD cases that hold all my horror films, and I kind of wish that I hadn't done that. I kind of miss having my big DVD collection, so I'm trying to rebuild that. So I got Halloween 2. The 1981 version, £3. Yeah, I'm trying to collect all of the Halloween series, but I think they sell out quite fast because they're quite difficult to find. I then bought the others for £1.50. Again, I haven't watched this in a really long time. I watched this again when I was a kid, and it's about these people, a mother and her children, living in this creepy house with like paranormal and ghosty stuff happening. I then have Nightmare on Elm Street for £1.50. This is the 2010 one. And have I seen this one? Yes, I've seen this one. I remember this one. But it's, again, long time since I've seen it, so good for a rewatch. And I then bought Dead Snow for £2.50. And this film, again, I watched this with my husband a really long time ago. And this film, I actually thought I had this. And and I couldn't find it anywhere. And then I remember going to, it's called CEX, an exchange shop, which does like second-hand gaming and movies and stuff. That's where I got my second-hand stuff from. Yeah, it says recycling, trade up or get cash, when you can like buy like second-hand DVDs basically and games. And I went there and I thought I bought this film, but it was another DVD that was something else, and I bought it, can't remember what it's called now, but I brought it home and I was like, oh look, I found that film that we watched. It was one of those, this is one of those films that me and my husband watched really randomly late at night, and then, you know, after you just think, oh actually that was a really good film, and then you kind of forget what the name is or what you watched it on, and you're like, oh I really want to watch that film again, but we don't have it. And it's, yeah, Dead Snow, Red vs Dead. So anyway, yeah, I thought I had it and then I didn't. It was another film I picked up by mistake, which looked similar, which also turned out to be okay. But yeah, it was Dead Snow, and then I saw this. I was like, that's the film that I want to buy. And it's basically just, yeah, it says the best Nazi zombie film ever made. And from what I remember, it's like horror comedy, like a dark comedy film about Nazi zombies. And it's about a gang of people who go up against Nazi zombies, and yeah, it was kind of silly but really fun. It says, having crashed his car after fleeing a ski lodge with his friends, brutally murdered by Nazi zombies. And then yeah, it's basically, again, it's just like a zombie film, it's people against the zombies, and I remember it being really funny and really entertaining. So yeah, I'll have to do a full review on some of these horror films once I've watched them. Yeah, really happy to find that. And I think, is that everything I got? I also have this in the bag. Let's see what this is. Oh, actually, this might be a little handbag I picked up. It is. I totally forgot I picked this up. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Okay, this is totally random, nothing to do with books or DVDs, but I totally forgot I picked this up. It's a, I think it's mother of pearl. It's a little tiny handbag, and it's coming off white on camera, but it's more pinky. It's like a real pale baby pink, and it's shells. You're gonna see the glare. Like, look how cool that handbag is, and it feels really nice as well. Yeah, and then you've got like pink satin on the side, and then you can have these little like tortoiseshell handle little handles here. And I thought that is just the sweetest little bag ever. I have no idea when I'm going to use it. Maybe when I go out to dinner with my husband this month. But yeah, it was only, oh, I've gone out of focus again. It was only £4, and I thought, you know what, that's so cute and so pretty. I'm definitely going to get that. It has a little clasp and a little zip inside, and yeah, I was just like, oh, that's so sweet. But yeah, oh, I'm glad I remembered that I got that. But yeah, that's everything that I got. Let me know, have you seen these DVDs? Have you heard of any of them? Particularly Treehouse, because I've not heard or seen anything about that one. But yeah, I'm excited to rebuild my horror collection. Oh, I also had, did I show this one? I also got Night of the Living Dead. Because yeah, why not? £1.50, the 1968 version of Night of the Living Dead. I was intrigued. So yeah, let me know if you've heard of any of these DVDs, or if you would like me to do a review of any of these films once I've watched them. Like I said, a few of them are rewatches, like the others, Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween. But yeah, the other ones. And also the books that I got. So yeah, let me know if there's anything you would like me to specifically review. I kind of got, like I said, a mixture. I've got quite a few romances this time. So I think these all the, yeah, I got like 3 like adult romances, a handful of YA. So yeah, I got 3 of the Babysitter Club books.